There was a boy who lived in a poor family, but he never gave up on his dreams. He kept on grinding in his little house. There was no electricity and they had no money to buy candles. If it happened that he came back from school late, he had homework, he would wait for the moon to rise in order to light the way for him so he was able to study. While the rest of the township grew quiet and other children slept in the warmth of electric heaters, he sat by the window, traveling in the cold night air. His fingers would be numb, clutching a pencil that was sharpened down to the very end. But his mind was on fire. Every page he turned that silver moonlight was a brick he was laying for his future empire. He was just doing math. He was calculating his escape from poverty. The middle of his journey was the hardest. There were days when the cloud hid the moon, leaving him in the total darkness. There were days when his stomach growled louder than his ambition. People laughed at him. They called him a dream, as if it were curse. They told him to accept his reality and just to find a labor job just like everyone else. But he knew something they didn't know. The moon doesn't need to scream to be seen, and neither did he. The climax came years later. After years of studying in the dark and working very small hustle he could find, from selling snacks to doing odd jobs, the boy finally stood at the door of his own success. The day he received his first big paycheck from his business, he didn't buy a fancy car or expensive clothes. He went back to that small dark house. He called the electrician, he paid for the poles, the wires, and the connection. That evening, the first time in history, the boy walked into the room where he used to wait for the moon, and he flipped a switch. The room didn't just light up, his mother's face lit up. The tears in her eyes reflected the gold on the light bulbs. He worked hard for a lifetime to provide. He realized then that he was no longer the boy waiting for the moon to light his book. He had become the son for his family. If you are reading this and you are sitting in the dark, don't cast the shadows. Use the light you have, even if it's just the silver of moonlight, and keep grinding. Your current reality is not the final destination. We are all striving for better tomorrow, and the sun only rises for those who work through the night.